Happy Independence Day to everybody. As we approach this year's 4th of July, I wanted to share something with you that I've referred to Alexis de Tocqueville before in my sermons. He was a French political scientist and writer who came to America in the 1830s and remarked about the uniqueness of our nation. And given the struggles that we have gone through as a nation over the last few months, I thought that this passage that he wrote is especially fitting. I wanted to share it with you. He says, "Religion in America takes no direct part in the government of society, but it must be regarded as the first of their political institutions. For it does not only impart a taste for freedom, it facilitates the use of it. Indeed, it is in the same point of view that the inhabitants of the United States themselves look upon religious belief. I do not know whether all Americans have a sincere faith in their religion, but I am certain that they hold it to be indispensable to the maintenance of republican institutions. This opinion is not peculiar to a class of citizens or to a party, but it belongs to the whole nation and to every rank of society. For the Americans, the ideas of Christianity and liberty are so completely mingled that it is almost impossible to get them to conceive of the one without the other. It is not a question with them of sterile beliefs bequeathed by the past and vegetating rather than living in the depths of the soul. I have remarked that the American clergy in general, without even excepting those who do not admit religious liberty, are all in favor of civil freedom, but they do not support any particular political system. They keep aloof from parties and from public affairs. In the United States, religion exercises but little influence upon the laws and upon the details of public opinion, but it directs the customs of the community, and by regulating domestic life, it regulates the states. I have just pointed out the direct action of religion on politics in the United States. Its indirect action seems to me much greater still, and it is just when it is not speaking of freedom at all that it best teaches the Americans the art of being free. There is an innumerable multitude of sects or denominations in the United States. They are all different in the worship they offer to the Creator, but all agree concerning the duties of men to one another. Each sect worships God in its own fashion, but all preach the same morality in the name of God. Though it is very important for man as an individual that his religion should be true, it is not that case for society. Society has nothing to fear or hope from another life. What is most important for it is not that all citizens should profess the true religion, but they should profess religion. Moreover, all the sects in the United States belong to the great unity of Christendom, and Christian morality is everywhere the same. I do not doubt for an instant that the great severity of mores which one notices in the United States has its primary origin in beliefs. Their religion is often powerless to restrain men in the midst of innumerable temptations which fortune offers. It cannot moderate their eagerness to enrich themselves, which everything contributes to arouse, but it reigns supreme in the souls of the women, and it is women who shape mores. Certainly, of all countries in the world, America is the one in which the marriage tie is most respected, and where the highest and truest conception of conjugal happiness has been conceived." And then he says this, "Despotism may be able to do without faith, but freedom cannot. Religion is much more needed in the republic they advocate than in the monarchy they attack, and in democratic republics most of all. How could society escape destruction if, when political ties are relaxed, moral ties are not tightened? And what can be done with a people master of itself if it is not subject to God? By their practice, Americans show that they feel the urgent necessity to instill morality into democracy by means of religion. What they think of themselves in this respect enshrines a truth which should penetrate deep into the consciousness of every democratic nation." De Tocqueville says there that despotism may be able to do without faith, but freedom cannot. And this Independence Day, may we be reminded that the only way we can be free is through people proclaiming Jesus Christ as Lord and building their lives and their families upon the foundation of God's Word. So my prayer for America today is that we would reclaim our heritage, building on the rock of Jesus Christ. we would find faith, because it is through that faith that we then have the moral strength to exist as a nation. It's where we can learn to love one another, to tamp down the temptation to seek fame and fortune and glory at the expense of our neighbor. It is only through Jesus Christ that we can have a nation that can honor God and that can long endure. And we must seek this together. We are promised this in 2 Chronicles chapter 17, which says, "If my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and will pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land." Did you hear that promise? We've gone through a lot as a nation. We're struggling right now. But only by seeking the Lord, seeking his face, repenting of our sin, and coming back to Christ, can we find the salvation we need. And can we be ensured that we're going to have a democracy that lasts long into the future. And God bless America. May we celebrate the freedom we have and remember that it comes through a foundation built upon the rock of Jesus Christ. Happy 4th of July.